What's up, family? What's up? Hey, I want to share something with you guys. This is probably going to sound a little corny, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, about 35 years ago, I had a teacher in high school who gave me a plaque. And this lady, Miss Hannah Demerson, is her name. This lady had a big impact on my life. Huge impact on my life. She was an English teacher. I didn't have her as an English teacher, but she was an English teacher. But she did a lot of stuff with. She had this club, Feed the World, and I was all about always trying to help other people out. You know, that's always been my thing. I guess because I was like real poor, and you know, my best meals of the day came from me eating at school. You know, because we was poor. You know. And so I was always about, you know, trying to feed the hungry, you know, because I was always hungry. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere though. And so she had this group, you know, Feed the World. And back in the time where all the musicians came and they were raising a bunch of money for Africa. She gave me this plaque. And this plaque, I'm gonna read it. I've kept this plaque. I've kept this plaque. I've had it for about 35 years. I didn't believe it when she gave it to me. But I wanna read it to you. It says, "That man is a success. That man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent women and men and the love of children, who never lacks appreciation of the earth's beauty or fails to express it, who follows his dreams and pursues excellence in each task, and who brings out the best in others and only gives the best of himself." Man, I had no concept of what a man was growing up. None. Everything I thought about a man was people on the streets and the religious people that I wanted no part of the religion. Excuse me, I wanted no parts of Christianity or any of that stuff. So my concept of what a man was real twisted, real warped. When she gave that to me, I laughed, you know, because it's like, this ain't no man, this is a punk, you know what I mean? This is a straight square, this is a nerd, this ain't no man, you know? But in my heart, I innately knew that this was real. And I kept this plaque because secretly, that's what I wanted to be. I kept this plaque and I read this plaque all the time. Because that's how I wanted to live my life. This is what I wanted my life to represent. This is what I wanted my life to be defined as. If I could be a success. I wanted to be a success. Secretly, I did. I think all kids do. All young people want to be successful. Most of us don't know how to be successful. Most of us don't believe that we can be successful. But that was my secret. That was my secret desire. My passion. And I didn't have any good role models. Matter of fact, I didn't have any role models. You know what I mean? And for the longest time, and I say this, you know, and I've said it. My father was not a good role model for me, for anybody, you know what I mean? Unless you're trying to go to the penitentiary and survive in the penitentiary. Excellent role model at that, you know what I mean? Abusing women, excellent role model at that, you know what I mean? Being a type of person to where your kids are growing up hating you, excellent role model at that, you know what I mean? But the one thing that I learned from my father, I learned a lot of things from him indirectly. I learned what I didn't want to be. That was obvious. That was very clear. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. But by watching his actions, I learned how to be the man that I am today. By watching my father's actions and sitting back and thinking, every time a decision came up, what would my father do? And I remember one day, I have a daughter that she asked me, after I got off work on Fridays, I would always take them to the drive-ins. And sometimes I'll be passed out in a car, you know, just gone, you know what I mean? And they out there with their friends watching a couple movies and stuff. And one day Ryan came and she's sitting there, she's like, Dad, why do you bring us to the movies if you're gonna go to sleep? I said, I don't go to sleep all the time. I said, I'm just tired, just working, you know? And she's like, well, if you knew you're gonna be tired, why'd you bring us? I said, because I told you guys I would bring you. And I said, you know what, whether I'm tired or not, I told you I would bring you. And because I'm a man of my word, I brought you. And she asked me, she was like, well, if you didn't have a good dad, how did you learn how to be a good dad? And that hit me. And I told her, I said, you know what? I always try to do the opposite of what I think my dad would do. Stay with me. I would always do the opposite of what I thought my dad would do. Miss Dimerson had no concept, no idea that when she gave me this plaque, that it would have the impact in my life. She had no idea that when she gave me this plaque, that this plaque would be the building or the ground zero or the building block upon which many lives had been touched. That I reached many kids, helped many kids, has spoken to the lives, mentored many kids. Because she gave me an idea of what a successful man is. We can't control how we grow up. We can't control all the things that happen to us. We can't control who come in our life and who walks out of our lives for the most part. But what we can control is how we respond. We can control how we benefit the lives of others. We can control whether or not we take the time to plant positive seeds in the lives of others. The great majority of us are so selfish and self-consumed that those ain't my kids, that ain't my responsibility, I ain't got time, woo-de-woo-de-woo, and so we don't. That's somebody else's headache. hope and prayer is that now we start looking at who can we benefit, who can we be a blessing to, who can we take time and spend time with, who can we help, how can we help. This is not always about giving money. It's not always about sowing financially into the lives of others. That's great. But sometimes, and with most young kids, man, they just want somebody to listen to them. They just want to feel like they're cared about, somebody care about them. They just want somebody just to spend some time with them and just talk to them. Ask them how their day's going. Somebody to get down on their level and play their little corny games with them. It may not mean anything to you, but it can mean the world to that kid. It can be that time that you invest in that person that causes them to grow up and believe in themselves to go on and be the doctor or the engineer or the entrepreneur or whatever it is that they desire and have a passion to be. Because somebody took the time. Somebody invested just a little bit of time into them. Somebody cared enough about them just to hang out with them for a little bit. And that's all it took. As corny as I thought this plaque was, almost 35 years later, I still have it. This plaque been with me everywhere I've been since I've gotten it. It's been with me overseas. It's been with me everywhere I've been. And it's helped me become the person that I am today. Something as simple as that. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.